If your baby won't stand without support and you're wondering how you can teach baby to stand up with more confidence, this video is for you. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you the 3 things I always look for when I help baby learn to stand. Then I'm going to walk you through 7 simple exercises you can start doing today to help build stronger standing skills and prepare your baby for the next big milestone, which is, of course, walking. If you're new here, my name is Charrick Gordon. I've been a pediatric physical therapist for well over 2 decades. Here on the BabyMasterPT channel, I don't just show you baby exercises. I show you how to look at your baby the way I do as a pediatric physical therapist. Because once you understand why your baby is struggling, the exercises suddenly make a whole lot more sense. When I'm evaluating a baby who's having trouble standing, I don't just look at one thing. I look at what I call the BabyMasterPT Standing Triangle. I look at 3 separate things. At the base of the triangle, you want strong legs, because without strength, there's nothing to stand on. On the one side of the triangle is weight shifting. Your baby has to learn how to move from one leg to the other. And on the other side of the triangle is what I call balance recovery, which is the ability for your baby to catch themselves and stay upright when they start to lose their balance. If any one of these sides of the triangle becomes unstable, the whole thing collapses and standing without support becomes much more difficult for your little one. Now let me show you exactly how to strengthen each side of the triangle individually so that your baby can start standing better. But before we jump into the exercises, I want to mention one quick thing. If you're ever unsure whether your baby's on track with their motor milestones, I created a free 0 to 12 month baby milestone checklist that you can download using the link in the description below. It covers all of the major milestones from birth up to 12 months so you can see what skills typically come next and know when it might be time to reach out for a little bit of extra help. Download it, stick it on your refrigerator, and use it to track your little one's progress month by month. Now let's dive into the BabyMasterPT Standing Triangle and those 7 exercises that can help your baby build the confidence to stand independently. One of the first exercises I like to try with a little one is to see if baby can actually take their weight on their legs. Now you can see I'm holding her around her trunk. I'm giving her a lot of stability. I'm just trying to let her legs touch the ground to see if she'll be able to take her body weight, even if it's just a little bit of her body weight, on her legs. And you notice her legs are collapsing, and so that's letting me know that she is not strong enough. Her legs are not strong enough to take her body weight, as she's actually trying to actively avoid putting those legs down. You'll notice she's bending the knees, she's picking one leg up, she's really not pressing down or pushing the ground away with her legs. Now I want you to pause right here. I'm going to pause the video right here. Notice where my elbows are. My elbows are on my thighs so that my hands don't get tired as I'm supporting her upper body, and I'm leaning her forward just a little bit so that she can start to practice putting those legs down and pushing with her legs. And you can see her doing it just a little bit here. If this is your baby, if your baby is doing something like this when you try this exercise and it's not working, I'm going to show you another exercise coming up next that I want you to use with your little one. I always tell parents you have to start exactly where your baby is. You can't start at a position that your baby is not at as yet. You have to just kind of start right where your baby is. So let me show you that exercise right now. This exercise is a good one to strengthen baby's legs for a baby who's not able to bear their body weight in standing. Now notice what I'm doing here. I have him laying on the ground in front of me. I'm holding his lower legs. And what I'm doing is I'm making my hands firm and cueing baby to press his legs against my hand and slide his body along the ground. Now, when you first start doing this exercise, don't be surprised if your baby is not moving, as baby is trying to figure out exactly what it is that you want him to do. This baby and I have been practicing this for a little bit, and now he knows what I want him to do, and so he is actively pushing against my hands, and so he's sliding his body back along the ground as his legs are getting stronger, and now I can move him to the next level, which is to do some baby squats off the end of my knee. This next exercise is called baby squats, and here's the setup. I have her sitting at the end of my knee. I have a toy on the couch above her so that it's at an elevated level, and I'm just sitting on the ground behind her, and I have her sitting on the end of my knee. And what I'm going to cue her to do is simply pick the toy up off the ground and then stand up and put the piece into the porcupine. And now what she did there is she did a little baby squat where she sat on the end of my knee, picked something up off the ground, and then go back up into standing as she is trying to play with the game. And she's just simply moving from sitting on the end of my knee into standing, and that's a simple baby squat using her entire body weight in order to make that happen. This is a really fantastic way of helping your baby to strengthen those little legs while you're playing around, hanging out at home on the ground, and you're working with your little one. Weight shifting is simply baby's ability to shift their weight from one leg onto the next. And so you can see what I'm doing with this little one here is I have her standing. She's holding on to the bench. She's playing with a toy, so she's actively engaged with the toy. And I am sitting behind her on the ground, and I just take one knee and I bend that knee so that she's not able to bear any of her body weight on that leg. And this automatically forces the baby to transition all of their body weight onto the opposite leg and to strengthen that leg, but also to do a subtle weight shift as baby moves onto that other leg. And this, you can see how wobbly that leg is and how much the knee wants to buckle. And of course, you want to switch and do the same thing to the other side as you're working with your baby in standing. You want to do this exercise to both sides of your baby's body, both legs. Another good exercise to do to strengthen each leg individually, but also to cue baby to do some weight shifting, is a lunge. Now you notice what I've done there is I positioned him in front of the couch on his knees, and then what I did was I manually just took one of his legs and brought that leg up so that he is locked and loaded in the lunge position, and then I gave him a little bit of support under his bottom to help him complete the lunge as we're working. And if you do this to both sides of your baby's body, you'll be able to strengthen each leg individually, but also be able to help baby with shifting their body weight from side to side. Now you notice what I did there. I just moved his knees a little bit, each knee individually, to get him to start shifting his body weight. As you can see, he is kind of hesitant to actually take some steps sideways because this was the first time we were doing it. He's not used to shifting his body weight. He's not used to moving side to side, and his legs were still quite weak at this point. So this is a great exercise to do for your little one to work on just shifting the weight from one leg to the other as baby moves around. One of the best ways to work on your baby's balance reactions is to simply have your baby standing, holding on to something, and just shifting their weight from one side to the next as baby is standing while holding on to something for support. As baby gets closer and closer to being able to stand without support, I like to give baby toys to hold on to see if I can get baby to stand and bang the toys together without even trying to take a forward step. So you can see what I did right there. I moved his feet a little bit wider apart so that he has a nice base of support to stand, and I'm just going to stand in front of him and cue him to bang the toys together as he's standing. Before I encourage a baby to start walking, I like to have baby be able to stand, maintain their balance in the standing position for about 10 to 15 seconds. Once baby has that level of stability and standing, I feel like baby is actually getting closer and closer to being able to take those first independent steps. So working a lot in standing and having baby stand with their back against the wall like I have this little one doing here is a great way to go ahead and work on being able to maintain some dynamic balance as baby is working on standing and banging some toys together, banging small objects together. This helps baby to build their confidence before baby starts trying to walk and wind up falling all over the place. So just have your baby stand, give your baby something to hold in each hand, and have baby bang them together as a simple little game to work on some dynamic balance. Now you notice this little one, he's not quite ready to take those first independent steps as yet because he's not able to maintain his balance in the standing position at this point. Standing without support isn't something baby simply figures out overnight. It happens when they build the three sides of the standing triangle. 1. Strong legs. 2. Weight shifting. And 3. Balance recovery. As these three skills improve, standing becomes much easier, confidence grows, and your baby is ready for the next exciting milestone, which is, of course, walking. If you found this video helpful, make sure to download my free 0 to 12 month baby milestone checklist using the link in the description below. It's a simple way to track your baby's progress and know what skills typically come next. In addition, please like the video and share it with any other parent you feel would benefit from this type of content. And don't stop here. The next step isn't just standing, it's learning how to take those first independent steps. So click on this video that's on the screen right now, where I'm going to show you exactly how I help babies build the confidence, balance, and strength they need to actually start walking. I will see you over there.